I remember in the Old Testament there was a story where David, of course, committed sin with Bathsheba, and then a man of God came out of nowhere and confronted David and said, "Thou art the man." And what did David do? He confessed his sin, he agreed with the prophet, and got right with the Lord. But if David had been what modern Christianity has become today, David would have looked at that prophet and said, "How dare you judge me? Oh, you are arrogant." And that's foolishness. And I want to tell you that people who react that way to basic Bible truth are not right with God. And one of the things that you can show that revealing the hearts of people is when I speak about women preachers. The uproar that is there with obviously clear backing from the Bible that I obviously have has revealed a lot of hearts. I'm going to show you one particular heart in this video. All right, guys, we put it back up on the screen. I dropped my pen there. Smite thine like button. All your dreams will come true. Smite the like button, and you'll be rich and healthy and wealthy, and all the prosperity things will happen to you. That's good and well. It's a joke, people. Chill out. It's supposed to be funny, but anyway, whatever. Okay, I want to show you this, Isaiah chapter number 3 and verse number 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So basically, I've said this for a while now, that when men get into sin, men get weak, and when women get into sin, women want to control, and they want to rule. And this is obviously Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. So these people are not right with God. They're far from the Lord. Matter of fact, I want to show you verse number 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. That means these women are walking around strutting around and like, yo, we're in charge. And basically it turned into a feminist rally. We will be silent no more, and all this stuff like that, whatever. That's what these women were doing. And when women get away from the Lord, they become this. And it's scary. And if you actually compare this verse to, let's just go to like 1 Peter chapter number 3, and let's see this right here. Let it be the hidden man of the heart. This is the beauty of women. The hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. So if I could maybe put it to you this way, in the modern 21st century vernacular, a high-value woman, according to God's economy and according to the way that God values people's behaviors, a high-value woman is one who is of a meek and quiet spirit. That's what the Lord said. Now, if you don't agree with that and you want to go off and raise your daughters to be WNBA players out there acting like men and all this stuff like that, which is hideous, quite frankly, if you want to do that, then it's a free country. Go do whatever you want, but they won't be high value in the eyes of the Lord. When women become these domineering things and these, I am woman, hear me roar, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go control the world. Oh, look at me. That cheapens women. It cheapens them. And I'm already in a lot of trouble just with that. But it's Bible truth. It just is. It just is. And I of course, I have the right spirit about this stuff. I am not a chauvinist. And I made a whole documentary, Third Adam 3, Rise of the Divine Feminine, and never even had one person ever even say that I came across as some belligerent, arrogant male in that documentary. But I posted this video, of course, you guys saw it on our YouTube channel, about Beth Moore, and I posted the title of the sermon, Beth Moore, a Wicked Woman, which of course is available now. You guys can go check that out on our channel, and 20,000 views in less than 24 hours is doing pretty good, so go check that video out. But I had a woman respond to it. I screenshotted the response. She responded in a public forum, so I'm going to respond publicly back. But I want everybody to see this. This is what happens when these women get into sin. They start acting like Jezebel did in the Old Testament, and I'm talking about women that are far, far from God. I said this, all Jezebels operate by doing these things. And if you want to verify this, go check out Jezebel, the character in the Old Testament, and do your own Bible study on that. They respond emotionally to truth. You can give them Bible verses and they just, and that's not what David did. David responded by saying, I agree with you, this is sin, this is wrong, and I should not be doing it. And so they respond emotionally to truth. Another thing that they do is that they publicly rebuke preachers. Now, I'm going to show you what this woman did. They also use verses out of context, and then also they ignore the clear Bible teaching and accuse the character of the preacher, and then also they are always busy trying to intimidate preachers. I'd be ashamed if I was you, or something along that sort, as if I'm your child or something. This is how these people act when they get into sin. And the Bible says that the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. Now, when I look at that word ornament there, of course, we think of like a Christmas tree ornament or whatever. But an ornament is something that you would wear like a piece of jewelry, or something that would accent and make you enhance your beauty. And there's a lot of women out there who have gold and rings and necklaces and ornaments all over them. But the inner man, the hidden man of the heart, is hideous. And that's a problem. This is where the rubber meets the road on being a Bible-believing Christian or not. I want you to read this comment that this woman left me. And let's just look at some of these together. This woman says, Beth Moore does not shepherd a church. She has a pastor. She just goes to different churches and teaches. So what did she do wrong? Say what she has done wrong. Say what she has done wrong. Here is a scripture for you, quote, only God knows a man's heart. I don't know where that is. Can somebody help me? In all my years, I've never quite found that verse exactly like that. Only God knows a man's heart. Quote, the Bible. You, sir, come off as sounding like a very jealous individual. Yes, I am jealous of Beth Moore. And of course, that's accusing my character. You are so wrong. Beth is a godly woman. I have done several of her studies. You sound jealous, Mr. Spencer Smith. And by the way, if she's done several Bible studies with Beth Moore, why is she quoting verses so out of context so badly? Only God knows man's heart, the Bible. What is in these Beth Moore studies? My goodness. Where did you come up with your wrong judgment, Mr. Smith? I have not heard you say what is wrong. I just hear you smearing her. What did she do wrong? I made a whole video telling you what she did wrong, and I gave you several Bible verses. But what happens is that when these people are given Bible truth, they react emotionally. I have not heard you say what is wrong. I told you what was wrong. I did. I told you exactly what was wrong. But of course, when emotions kick in, that's when rational thinking goes out the window. And of course, this is posted on our Facebook page. You can go find us on there as well. Missionary Spencer Smith on Facebook. Like our page. I don't respond to friend requests anymore, just because there's just so many. But go find me on there, and we'd love to interact with you guys there as well. So, but guys, I'm going to tell you right now, and this isn't just an attack on women. This is really revealing the fact that when somebody can show you black words on a white piece of paper in the Bible and say, this is what the Bible clearly says, and give it to you in context, rightly divided, and without a mystical, allegorical interpretation, a literal interpretation of a passage, and then you react this way by just incoherent ranting and raving, caps lock on, keyboard warrior, I'm going to let you have it, buddy. And that's your response to Bible truth? Then you're not spiritual. You're wicked. And I'm going to tell you this, there's a huge market. Of course, there's a huge market for this female preacher stuff, and it's dangerous. because it's not born out of Bible-believing Christianity. It's born out of Gnosticism and mystery religion in the egalitarian and ideas of ministry. It's especially in church polity issues and such like that. That you do not get that from the Bible. You get it from somewhere else. And the idea of order versus balance is something we deal with in 3 Adam 3. And go check that out. The order of God is that God puts a man over the woman to rule over her, to do two things, to provide and protect her. I do believe, and I've said this openly on social media, I'll show it to you. I believe that 95+% of the world's problems are a result of weak men being carnal and irresponsible. I'll show you this right here. And of course, we posted this on Twitter for everybody. Almost every problem in the world is a result of men not protecting and providing for women spiritually, emotionally, and financially. I believe that, guys. I believe that. I mean, that's why we have welfare. That's why we have, so many things out there that are just not good. For many young ladies, the idea of having a baby terrifies them, and so they go in the pregnancy. Well, the reason they're in that situation is because it's either a father or some man is not what they should be, and it results in her not being what she should be. I'm gonna tell you this. Anytime, and I believe this, we're gonna talk about this more. I'm gonna beat this drum a little bit because I think it's important. It's because I have a wife. I have 2 daughters, and I love women. And I think women have a vital role in the local church, but women are under attack spiritually today. And nothing I say comes from a point of trying to, put women in their place in a derogatory way. Nothing. And I don't even want it to come across that way. But I think that men have dropped the ball today. Men have become weak. And because of that, women are not being taken care of, women and children. I also posted this. Weak, carnal, and irresponsible men have caused 95% of the world's problems. Women and children have been their greatest victims. And that manifests itself in many different ways. I mean, why are people being trafficked? You ever thought about that? It's because there are men out there who are weak, carnal, and irresponsible, and they're willing to pay money for stuff like that. That's why that whole thing even exists. It's all men's fault. It is. And men need to step up and say, nope, not happening in my house. We're not doing that here. And anytime I see a young lady especially who's either not dressed right or she's not living right or she's living in some open immorality or something like that, I know there was something wrong with her relationship with her father. Something's wrong there. And guys, it's an important issue today. I'm going to bring that whole comment up again that this woman said on Facebook. When you hear Bible truth, and of course, listen, I will be the first to tell you that Spencer Smith he's got a lot of growing he needs to do. I know that. But when I can show you the Bible, and the Bible clearly says this, and you scoff at that, then I'm not the problem. I know I'm not. I am not the problem. You are the problem. Your heart's the problem, really. Beth Moore does not shepherd a church. She has a pastor. She just goes to different churches and teaches. So what did she do wrong? Well, she stood in a place that she didn't belong. And Beth Moore, I think Beth Moore has done a lot of destruction, but what is wrong with Beth Moore? I'll tell you what's wrong with Beth Moore. Beth Moore's husband is what's wrong with Beth Moore. And I'd say the same thing with Joyce Myers, Lisa Tierkers, Priscilla Shire, the Bevere lady, and all of them. What's wrong with these women? It's their husbands are not godly, they are carnal, they are weak, and they are irresponsible. They're not scriptural men. That's for sure. Now, I think I have hit this drum pretty well, and I want to do more because really much of our theological truths, if the order of God goes down. If we violate God's order, it doesn't matter what our theology is. Our theology is like another domino waiting to crumble. If we break God's order, theology will go. And so it's just a matter of time. I don't care if a woman's got a good degree from a good college. As soon as she steps into a pulpit to preach to the local church, to mixed company, especially to mixed company, there's a progression there, and the theology will go downhill. Next thing you know, she'll be the next Beth Moore. It'll happen to all of them. And it's because there's a violation of God's order. We explained this in 3 Adam 3, Rise of the Divine Feminine. Please take the time to go watch that. If you have not watched it in a while, go watch it again. Refresh yourself on this. And if you want to take the super, super deep dive, we have 3 Adam 3X, which is an extended version of 3 Adam 3, Rise of the Divine Feminine. And you can go and have that available to you now. And that will be a blessing. God bless you, friend. Don't forget to smite thine like button, and all your dreams will come true. We're going to put a link. I've got a sticker that I'm getting ready to sell on our Redbubble store. It'll be in the description below of a ambiguous megachurch pastor. It's not who you think it is, but we're just saying doctrine matters, baby, because it do. That's for sure. Have a good day.